On behalf of the entire hospice team, I bid you welcome to the annual Interim Hospice Memorial Gathering. This is a time set aside to stop and remember with gratitude the lives of those patients who have died within our circle of care over the last year. Although HIPAA will not allow us to read each name aloud, we remember them, and like you, we carry them with us. Perhaps the tongue of a poet best captures the feelings that we hold deep within our hearts. Remembering the words of E. Cummings, who said with such eloquence, "Here is the deepest secret that nobody knows. Here is the root of the root, and the bud of the bud, and the sky of a tree called life, which grows higher than soul can hope or mind can hold. And this is the wonder that is keeping the stars apart. I carry your heart. I carry it in my heart."
Welcome. This time has been created for you to remember, to grieve as you need, to be thankful, and to be present with whatever rises up within you. Taking time to pause is so important. Pausing helps us to celebrate the wonderful parts of the person we miss and their lasting impact on our lives. Pausing helps us to acknowledge any parts that were challenging so that we can experience peace and comfort. And pausing helps us to reaffirm our commitment, our bond to ourselves, to move forward with kindness, love, and gratitude. 8 years ago, I experienced a profound loss. Soon afterwards, grief felt like an ever-present companion, like I was being followed around, in the same way that my dog Felix follows me around, wanting to be close by. For a time, grief didn't leave me. Other times, unexpected memories and strong feelings jolted me like a sudden ocean wave. But mostly these days, when I remember my father, it's like a refreshing wind that soothes me and calms me. Each of us has our own story, the story of the bonds we had and the bonds that continue. In this time created for you, I hope that what is expressed through words, through song, and through nature will nurture and encourage you more than words can ever say.
As the music at the banquet, as the wine before the meal, as the firelight in the night, so are you to me. As the ruby So are you to me. So are you to me.
The forest recites for us a story of continuity. Perhaps this is why a walk in our favorite forest has the power to bring our anxious selves a sliver of peace. The variety of the birds that call branches home, the brook meandering a path around rocks and plant life, sun penetrating leaves to reach us like raindrops of light.
Us, alone and still, with as yet unformed thoughts, as our eyes linger on tree branches, stretching confident to the clouds, extending palettes of emerging autumn colors that invite our gaze.
Maybe peace stems from our connection with trees. As we reciprocate breath, as their root and branch systems replicate our own circulation, as we layer our tender selves with bark to insulate us from the harsh elements of life.
It's little wonder that our hearts break when storm winds wreak havoc and trees older than we fall in minutes. The fall of old trees echoes our fractured sense of safety and stability when layered upon the various losses we experience in life.
And yet, the forest continues. Young trees emerge. Trees considered weak grow stronger, and new pathways form. Amidst this new growth, trees still standing nurture those who have fallen, drawing upon their wisdom, and mossy forest stumps become the foundation of new growth.
It's when we study the story of the forest that the sting of grief's touch may become tolerable. We remember grief's intransigence. We look for newness to unfold, and our trust in goodness is grounded once again.
As we face the loss of those close to us, we find in our own story a plot twist for whether or not we expect a loss. It affects us in unexpected ways. We find ourselves shifting our story, a story we perhaps thought that we could predict. We find ourselves nurturing what is left while growing in unforeseen ways and learning new rhythms.
Our stories don't end, they change. And what was remains the bedrock of what's to come. Our stories weave new patterns alongside others, and we find that even in our loneliness, we are not alone. It's in forests, both human and not, that the continuity of our stories can lead us to places of peace.
So may the sharing of our stories be a catalyst for peace. May the discovery of new stories enliven our hope. And may the intersection of our stories seed new and plentiful forests of joy.
You were born into a strange world. Like a candle, you were meant to share the fire. I don't know where we come from, I don't know where we go, but my arms were made to hold you, so I'll never let you go. 'Cause you were born to change this life. You were born to chase the light. You were born. Oh, my precious, oh, my love. When they come to take me, I'll hold you from above. Don't know why we're here, I don't know how, but I'm here with you now. I am here with you now. 'Cause you were born to change this life. You were born to chase the light. You were born to chase the light. You were born.
The role of the volunteer is anchored in the center of our hospice team. Volunteers offer patients and families the many gifts that are part of their personality and purpose. More than anything, they connect to our patients at the most human level. And there is a great gift in knowing that someone sees, hears, and appreciates your story. And we will always remember.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright blessed day and dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They learn much more
May you find ease and comfort, strength from your stories, from your forests, from the healing woods. May the memory that you hold shine bright like the stars at night. And may all your connections bring you peace.
Even death now will have no power to quiet your name. Even death now will have no power to quiet your name. From beating wildly in our hearts, from beating wildly in our hearts, from beating wildly in our hearts, from beating wildly in our